Hello, friends, and happy Friday. How's everyone doing this evening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start. Mine sure is because I'm here with you. I am enjoying some Haunted Bookshop in the Matches Memorial Friday 7 Alley, as is the tradition here on the Friday night CaneRod Pipes live stream. And let's see who we have assembled so far. It looks like a good crowd. I'm seeing lots of crowns out there. I still don't know what that's all about, but I guess we might be able to find some way to have fun with it. Let's see who we have assembled so far. I know David G was an early attendee, and there's Jeffrey Feinberg. Good to see you guys. Pondering with Pepe's Pipes, Dr. Broomstick, Poem, Ochoita. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see all of you, of course. There's Ghost Rider, Patrick Grant, Piper on the 45. Mona Piper, good to see you, Christian. How have you been, buddy? There's Big Dave, James Steidle, Mushroom Leg, who's at work but just wants to say hello. Well, hello, Ray. Good to see you, buddy. Alex Saunders, Algonquin Breyer, happy Friday indeed. Couch is here, and he's pretty awesome. Well, we already knew that. There's Martina Lamb. Hello, Martina. And I think we are caught up. So fantastic. Great crowd already. So it is Friday the 13th for those of you who are of a superstitious nature. I'm not, so doesn't worry me at all. And in case you missed it at the beginning there, I'll put it up again. I am not going to be here next week, so you'll need to find a way to entertain yourselves, which I'm sure you can do, because you, quite frankly, are the more entertaining part of this. I'm just the guy that opens up the chat so you can all have fun. I don't contribute much. So we're going to be going on a little vacation next week. We're leaving, I believe we're leaving Wednesday, and we're coming back the following Thursday. So I'll be out for the weekend. So there won't be a Sunday video, there won't be a Friday night live stream, but the following week everything will get back into the cycle again. Rob Link on a bookshop in a 673. Good for you, Rob. Time for a Hammer film indeed, Big Dave. That would be a great way to enjoy tonight. I just might do that after the show. There's a couple. I've got a list somewhere of Hammer films that I haven't seen. It's really surprising. You think you've seen them all, and then you realize you haven't seen half of them. There's so many of them. You want a video from the vacation? I'll see what I can do, David. I'm not going to promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. It's one of these vacations where I think my darling wife is going to have me booked solid, so we'll see. But our sleep schedules are off by quite a bit, so I often have some time early in the morning. So we'll see. So I gotta get my drink going here. I'm gonna have another one of these Killian Irish Reds. Had one of these since we last met, and yeah, I'm enjoying this. Brings back a lot of memories. And you know, it occurred to me as I was setting up tonight. This is just pure silliness, but Big Dave will appreciate it. Killian is just needs to trade in that K for a couple of G's, and we could have Gilligan's Irish Red. Wouldn't that be fun? I'd drink Gilligan's Irish Red. I don't know if Gilligan was Irish, but sounds like an Irish name. I don't know if Bob Denver was Bob Denver's real name. Unlikely. I am in long sleeves, Big Dave. Yes. Thank you for noticing. David G is at the beach in a Speedo? Oh, you think that's what you're going to get from me? No, David, that will definitely not happen. The reason I'm in long sleeves, Big Dave, is that while it's 80 something outside, my wife has the air conditioning on and I get cold really easy. So that's why I'm in long sleeves. Andy Piper Channel, first time here. Welcome, Andy. Good to see you. Just finished some Darkfire, Kentucky. Note some Lane 1Q. And it's Dr. Graybo Duke. Very nice, Andy. Hope you enjoy. You think the skipper was Irish, Jeffrey? Yeah, Big Dave, I think we need to get together and make a Gilligan's Irish Red. Me and Big Dave are going to meet up and do some beer brewing. Flint Hill Briar. It has been a really long time until last week since I had one, and I'm really enjoying them. Quite a bit of nostalgia in that beer. Dry Fly Fisher 11. Good evening to you, and the Smooth Piper. Happy Friday, Peter. I'll warm up in southern Arizona. I'm sure I will. Bob Denver was born Robert Osborne Denvey. I don't know what Denvey is. I don't know what that. It doesn't sound Irish though. Not that it matters. We're talking about a fictional character anyway. Piper Okie, you're not late. You're just in time. Doug Owen, good evening, sir. Good to see you tonight. Martine is recommending Highland Oatmeal Porter. That does sound like a great beer. I've had some oatmeal stouts. I don't know if I've ever had an oatmeal porter. Sounds very good. Pepe, you want to get involved in the group brew? I don't know how that's going to work because it's not like you can brew a beer in an afternoon. Maybe we could all source different components and send them all to one place to get put together. I don't think we should do that. Oh, okay, Patrick. So his name was Denver then. Or was it Denver? Pipe broke. He's got rehydrated Hayward mixture from the 60s. Cool. Okay, it was Denver. Gotcha, Patrick. Thank you. Bob was from West Virginia, and he would do boat trips. No, oh, nice. Yeah, he was apparently a really nice guy. You know, if you're a Gilligan's Island fan, you know that for some of the shows, the theme song ended with "and the rest" rather than the Professor and Marianne. And Bob Denver actually forced the studio to fix that and to put everybody's name in the theme song. So he like really threw his weight around and threatened to not continue with the show if they didn't do it. So he was apparently a pretty solid guy. What kind of tobacco would Bigfoot smoke? Asked Doug Owen. That's an excellent question, Doug. Stephen Herbst, good evening. Good to see you tonight, Stephen. Oh, Alec, that was a kind gift there from SoCal. Rougarou is some interesting stuff. Not easy to get either. Bona Piper engaging in some numerology. And a happy early birthday, Christian. Hope it's a good one. Yeah, I guess Boswell's Northwoods would be an obvious choice, wouldn't it, Doug? David G, you're asking, is it's a horn stem, I assume, on the ROP? They can be finicky. I don't know much about horn stems, but I do believe one important thing is to not get it wet. So you want to clean it with care. If anyone else has more experience with horn stems for David G, I'm sure you'd appreciate hearing about it. You saw a bit of the Gilligan's Island Rescue movie, Paul. Cool. I watched that so long ago I can't even remember what it's about. Well, I mean I know it's about them getting rescued, but so we're seeing something earthy and some American burley for Bigfoot. Yeah, I think those make sense. Ah, thank you, Bob. I'm glad you like the garden. Briar. Glad you like the garden. Seattle Pipe Club Wild Man. Yeah, there you go, Flynn. Pipe Roki wants to know what sea monkeys would smoke. Does it really have Bigfoot on the label? Well, that's perfect. Thanks, Big Dave. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way the garden's looking so far this year. Really happy. The lots of tomatoes popping out, and they seem to be happy tomatoes. We've in the past we've gotten one or two, and they never really matured, and they'd fall off. These seem to be taking, and yeah, I think I fixed that problem at least. Oh, interesting. So Doug says that there were a lot of horn stems used in the 40s because of the rubber being used for the war effort. Interesting. Yeah, you get the horn stem wet and it's not going to be a good thing. I don't think dried out sea monkeys would be very good in pipe tobacco, Flint Hill. I'm just not even going to consider that. Gary Imminster, howdy indeed. I'm drinking a Killian's Irish Red. That's a good point, Ocho. The Bigfoot's tobacco he'd want something easily combustible. This is the only this is the only live stream that has crowns? Are you serious? I have no idea what they're for. I I agree that it's an annoying poem, but I didn't it's not my fault. I don't know where it came from. I've looked to see if I can turn it off. I cannot find a setting. Oh, yes, Bona Piper. Those charlatans and frauds. Not much more to say about it. Cascadia. Good good suggestion there, Alec. Chris Weber, how you doing, Chris? The brine shrimp aren't coming along. They crashed. We talked about this last week. They crashed, and I'm letting it just kind of ride for a little bit because I want to see if I can get the algae to take over before I put more eggs in. So right now I'm just letting it be. You think the crowns and the sea monkeys are related? Could be. Yes, Chris, but they only live for 2 weeks at the best, so it's not, you know, they got their day in the sun or in the purple grow light. Big Dave's asking, whatever happened to the tobacco that I was aging? Oh, Big Dave, there's a lot of tobaccos that I'm aging, so I'm not sure. They're sitting in jars in my cellar. The sea monkeys did have crowns in the ads. Yes, they did. They did, James. And I'm sorry, I refuse to believe that there's any connection between the sea monkeys and the chat crowns. Although they did seem to appear around the same time. And I'll have you know that I spent a good 15 minutes this week, not that much time, but thinking about ways that I might be able to put a camera on the sea monkeys when they come back. So, but I digress. Hello. Did I miss you again? I apologize, my friend. It's the three dots, I'm telling you. Although last week I said hello to you before you showed up, so that was something. And what did Millennial Cadre do to you? Alec, I need a cellar tour before I give you one. Bad Dad, good evening to you, sir. And there's Richie B. Yeah, we're all talking about sea monkeys wearing crowns. The usual, Richie. The usual. Oh, the tobacco, the burley that I grew. It's still aging. I haven't done anything with it, Big Dave. And it's actually quite dry, so I'm gonna have to rehydrate it. Maybe I'll get to it someday. I don't know. I'm thinking about a sea monkey webcam, James. I'm thinking about it. Not making any promises. Oh, Bob, purchased a Rossi pipe and the finish is coming off it within a week. Is it a new Rossi? Yeah, it must be a new Rossi. Uh, Jeez. When you say the finish is coming off, do you mean it's getting dull, or do you mean like you're getting stain coming off on your hand? Yeah, folks are voting for Carnuba, and I think they're right. The only thing is if the stain's actually coming off, you might want to strip the Carnuba off and do a coat of shellac just to sort of set the stain in, but probably the Carnuba will be enough. That's a good one, Rob. Rob Link says we're ghost sponsored by Crown Royal. Armchair Piper, hello, buddy. Good to see you. Oh, there's Signalman Tony from Rhode Island. Good to see you tonight, Tony. Oh, if the stain is fine, Bob, then just get it waxed. Yeah. Ponderings of a Grave Digger, hello. Long time no see, buddy. Or at least in my memory. Okay, everybody stop saying crown. We're driving Rob to drink. It's not raining here the past couple days, Big Dave, but of course it's going to rain tomorrow. It has rained every weekend for, I believe, the past 5 weekends. Not constantly, but, enough that it just messes up my weekends. And we're going to be at the beach next week, so I really hope that that doesn't happen. Yeah, you're in the same belt that I'm in, Patrick. I think we're both going to get some rain tomorrow. Good for you, Rob Link. LL Bean Duck Boot Wax. Interesting. Interesting, Digress. I mean, yeah, you don't have to use carnauba. And a lot of those, I don't know about that particular product, but like, a lot of car polishes have, or car waxes have carnauba in them. The only difference, the only reason carnauba is favored is that it has such a high melting point that it doesn't come off in your hand. I don't know, Gary. It depends on how many they hire and how much they're paying them. David G asks, why Haunted Bookshop over Old Joe Krantz? I like them both, David, but I'm more of a burly guy, so Old Joe Krantz has more of Red Virginia and it's a bit sweeter, a little bit less earthy. But I do smoke them both. I like Old Joe Krantz. Richie B, I can't believe I'm seeing you and the word uncultured in the same sentence. That just doesn't seem right. You're gonna ride 80 something miles on a bike, Flint Hill? You're something. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Steve Stazak. You can't be late here, Steve. Richie, I have someone sent me some powdered carnauba wax to play with, and I was excited about that, and I put it away in a safe place. I have no idea where it is. I've been looking for that for years. Gary, I hope he's going to be clothed. 106 miles. My goodness, Flint Hill. It's impressive. I mean, I don't want to drive 106 miles in a weekend, let alone ride a bike. Lukester, how you doing tonight, buddy? Yeah, well, you all know the story about how I accumulated like 40 packs of Zippo flints because I kept putting them away in a safe place and couldn't find them. And when I organized the basement, I did find them all, and they're actually in a plastic container that's just up there. You can't quite see it. There's another shelf up above that one. And I wrote on it, "Flints are here," so I can't lose those anymore. Ron Hardcrackers, hello. Good to see you tonight, Ron. But I digress has been doing some blending. Equal parts of leftover Sutliff Match 20 and Revelation. Nice. And Dr. Broomstick's going to do a 5K run. Cool. Rob, that would probably work. Tomorrow is Flag Day. Yes, indeed. Birthday of the U.S. Army. Great day, Big Dave. Well worth remembering. Yes, the Capital Am Pipe Show is, I believe, this coming weekend. Not tomorrow, but the following weekend. When my wife helpfully booked those hotel rooms in the wrong state. But that's okay. Yes, those big lighter flints are fantastic, Gary. That is a great tip. If you got big lighters and they die, get the flint out and you can use them in Zippos. They last a really long time. All right, Richie, that's some good information. So the Houston Pipecast put out episode number 50, and they've got Houston Pipe Club members giving commentary and discussion. That sounds like a good time. Ronnie Ewing, 20 miles on a three-speed for Memorial Day. Cool. That does sound like fun. Lukester's rehandling an old axe head. Oh, that's fun. And sanding hickory is a lot of fun, isn't it? Ah, yes, the Merchant Marines. where I grew up in South Philadelphia, there's a merchant marine museum, and there's some sort of a hall as well that was run by merchant marines. It's sort of like a VFW type thing, but it was specifically for merchant marines. Oh, thank you, Patrick. So, church in Brooklyn Heights on the 21st at 11 a.m. There's going to be a memorial service for Vernon Big. Andy, thanks for joining us, buddy. Have a great weekend, my friend. Good to see you here. Akron to Wheeling in a day? It's quite a ride. Yeah, it's some really interesting history. That um, early sea battle period around the Revolutionary War. Some really interesting stuff and stuff that you don't hear about. We usually, at least I, in the history classes that I took, they were always focused on the ground war, very little on the naval battles, except for what was the big one that uh, Monitor and the Merrimack was that the Revolutionary War? I'm getting all confused now. Don't confuse me, Doug. Ponderance, Gray Ghost is good stuff. I'm sure it's great in a cob too. Yeah, Patrick, if you'd like to leave a comment with details, that'd be great, and then folks can refer to that. That would be great. North by Northwest is a great movie indeed, Phone. Oh, that's interesting. Cigars International might be selling off their pipe tobacco, huh? Luxury Twist Flake #1 for 40% off. Worth looking at. That was Civil War Gordy, thanks. As it was coming out of my mouth, I thought it was wrong, but what was there was a big Revolutionary War ship that was sunk or was captured or something right off the coast, and I can't think of what it was now. Well, Doug, you're probably better off than most historians then. But I digress. Frank Rizzo was a good mayor. I actually met him. I was quite young. Uh, he was, he was controversial for lots of reasons, and he was a product of his time. But he took good care of the city. I mean, there was no crime back then between Rizzo and the mafia. Frankly, the streets were safe. So, but it was a different time. What in the world brought that to mind? Hey, Danny, I think you snuck in under the radar. Good to see you. Oh, I've got an eclectic collection of tampers tonight, Smooth. This one here is just my grungy old pipe shop tamper. It's made of ash, actually. And you're gonna laugh at me, Peter, but I finished my haunted bookshop, so I assume you win again, or I win. I don't know who wins. The person finishes first or not. One of those days, Danny. Yeah, it can be. I had a rough night last night. Wasn't feeling well. It's my own darn fault. Went out to dinner, and there's this really nice ice cream parlor right across the street from the restaurant that we stop there often on every other Thursday night. We have an appointment near this place, and we go out to dinner at the same restaurant. And I can't eat ice cream anymore. I've developed a problem with dairy. There's a lot of cheeses that bother me, and ice cream just kills me. But I got some, and I paid for it. Yeah, he would say things like that, but I digress. What are you going to do? Like I said, it was a different time, and he was good for the city. That's really all that matters. I don't care in general when it comes to politics. I don't really care about the politician's personality. I care about his policy and whether or not he does what he promises. And Rizzo Rizzo took care of things. The first Confederate submarine went to the shallow end of Davy Jones' locker while returning from its first successful mission. That's interesting. I won again. Okay, Peter, I won again. The crown seemed to have turned off. I haven't seen a crown in a while. It's a good way to put it, Richie. Yeah, we moved on from handing out cigars and kissing babies, but we still very often are looking for somebody to hand out cigars and kiss babies. Oh, there we go. Jeffrey's got a crown. I'd like to say it was worth the price, Danny, but it hurt. I mean, it's strange. I don't actually get sick. I just get really bad, like cramping pain, and makes it hard to sleep. Oh, that sounds bad, Ochoita. That sounds really bad. Yeah. But boy, isn't well-cooked pork belly good? David G informs us that the crown rankings are still there as he shows up with the number one crown. That is beautiful. Well, folks, I think I need another pipe because that one is done. And I think what we're going to do, I got my old basket pipe, old ugly. You can call it that, but that's what I'm calling it. So, Palm, isn't that the exact opposite of what you normally should do if you're getting muscle cramps? That sounds like you're trying to trick me there, buddy. But no, this isn't muscle cramps. It's I don't want to get into too much detail, but I get gastrointestinal cramping if I eat dairy, and that's all that happens. I don't get sick in any way. It just hurts. And I shouldn't have eaten the ice cream last night, but it tasted good for the time that I was eating it. There might be non-dairy ice cream, Big Dave, but it's not like I'm gonna go hunt it down. If it's not right there in front of me, I'm probably not gonna eat it. You like Old Ugly? I'm glad you like it, don't you, Eden? Uh, I would call it that too, Danny, but I don't have any of those symptoms. That's the weird thing. It just cramps and everything, and then it goes away, and there's no other GI distress associated with it. So I don't know. I don't know. But let's not talk about my internals anymore. Uh, I'm gonna fill this pipe with some Black Irish Twist. Black, Black Irish Twist. Yes, I've got some cut up and in this jar here, which I did on Sunday, just so I could let it dry out a little bit. And I haven't smoked it every day, but I've had about, I don't know, I'd say 4 bowls since last Friday. Yeah, I think it might be some of that lactose intolerance, David. It's funny though, like there's some cheeses that if I eat them, I'm unwell. Other ones I can eat all day. It's odd. It seems to be hit and miss. But I learned my lesson last night because I was up till about 4 o'clock. Yeah, no, I haven't tried lactate. I don't drink a lot of milk. I mean, that's just the only dairy that I usually. I mean, if you count butter, I mean, I cook with butter. I have cheese on things sometimes, and then there's ice cream, and that's about it. I don't really use dairy in anything else. Yeah, that's usually good stuff for gas type things, Big Dave. I don't think that's what I had, but it's a good point. Maybe I should keep some of that on hand. But what I really should do is just not eat ice cream. That's what I should do. Pirate Frog, Robbie, I don't know if I congratulated you or not. I can't remember now. I saw your thing come up that you bought a house. That is fantastic, and I wish you the best of luck with it. I do like it, Danny. It's good stuff, and it makes copious amounts of thick white smoke for Big Dave's pleasure. So could be, but I digress. But I had it before the Black Irish twist, so. Yeah, it definitely is still a hassle to keep lit, Ochoita. Um, it's just something about it that makes it difficult. What I did try once was I still have the Samoy here from last month, and I thought that stuff burns like kindling, so I put a layer of that on top, and that helped, but it actually was not as good as I thought it was going to be because it still went out once I got through the Samoy. But it tastes good, so it's worth the fight. Trying to get that little charcoal layer on the top and get it burning. No, it's not an aromatic, Danny. It's just fermented Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. And good stuff. Very unique flavor. Hazard Borden, so far so good with you. It's a crazy world indeed. Hope you're enjoying a good pipe as well, my friend. Yes, James, sometimes the sprinklers go off. Anyone been doing any fishing as ponderance? Not me. I will. It's Burley in Virginia fermented. Thank you, Doug. I know Choita says it's covered in olive oil in the pressing process. That's interesting. Okay, Danny, you have a great weekend too. It's great seeing you tonight, buddy. Right, Baroque went pike fishing. Cool. And hey, getting skunked is, it happens to all of us. Oh, fly fishing for sunfish is a blast, Flannel. They're such dumb little fish. I have not heard of that poem. Poem has ascended to the throne. Steve is having esoteric, a Margate, and a Rusty Syrah. Very nice. Any fly fishing is a blast indeed, Ponderance, but there's something about the catching those stupid little sunfish where every cast you catch something. It's just fun. Well, Palm, if that's what the rating is based on, I would never get a crown. Ah, yes, Brian Wilson passed away this week. Todd Munson, good evening to you. And yes, happy early Father's Day to all. Gordy doesn't like fish. That's okay, Gordy. We'll like them for you. Ah, yes, Sly Stone passed away too, Patrick. Yes. It's interesting, Ochoita, because as I'm smoking this, there's something non-tobacco here. And yeah, oily kind of, it makes sense. I am a dog dad indeed, Ronnie. And, thank you for that. Thank you. I also have a god dogter. I'm responsible for the Catholic upbringing of the dog. Yeah. I don't know if Couch is still out there, but good old Ilva is my god dogter. Pepe, are you trolling us? Yeah, Big Dave, there's something non-tobacco about it. It's not in a bad way, but there's sort of edge flavor to it, and the olive oil that Ochoita mentioned makes a lot of sense. Alex Saunders, thanks for joining us, buddy. You have a great weekend too. Good point, Martina. Good point. I don't know who's joking here and who's being serious. Yes, Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone died. Sylvester Stallone is fine. Well, I assume he's fine. Stallone's 82. My goodness. Peter's moving on to Stokeby Luxury English and a Nording Black Stallion. Is that in honor of Sly Stallone? Sorry. Digress. I know people like to make fun of this and say that it tastes like burning rubber, but I don't know where they've been tasting burning rubber. It's always confused me. I don't get it. I mean, I get like a charcoal flavor from it. I get like a meaty, almost like charred steak flavor from it, but I don't get burning rubber. Oh, I can imagine. I haven't seen Namath in a long time. I can imagine he's looking at yours. Yeah, it's true, Poem. It does really bring it into reality. The other thing that always surprises me, we have on most streaming services, you can look at information while you're watching, and it'll show you like pictures of the cast and give you their names, but they're using current pictures. So, and I watch a lot of old movies, and it's just always shocking. Even if it's maybe not an old movie, but like a series that I watched when I was younger, and you click on that and you see the person who you're thinking of as a 20-year-old, and they're like in their 80s. It just always is a little bit jarring to see that. Oh, that's a wonderful thing Mrs. Pepe does there, Pepe. Oh, James, that's a classic combination. I used to Start every day with Carter Hall and 8 o'clock coffee. Mel Brooks is making Spaceballs too? Mel Brooks has to be in his 90s. All right, Christian, it's great seeing you tonight. You have a great weekend too, and I'll definitely see you in 2 weeks. Microwave it for 30 seconds. That's interesting, David. Yeah, you got to find her and then make her not put up with you, Pepe. That's the way I did it. Mel Brooks is the world's oldest man, yes. Basements are wonderful things, Ronnie. 98 years old. My goodness, Patrick. God bless him. My brother informed me this weekend that June Lockhart is about to be 100 years old. And I guess that's why she was named June, now that I think of it. Oh my goodness, Ron. That is shocking. Selby Minner has been murdered by her brother on Monday. Oh my goodness. Widow of D.C. Minner, founder of the Oklahoma Blues Hall of Fame and Dusk to Dawn Blues Festival. That is just terrible, Ron. Sorry to hear that. June Lockhart was, I don't know if she was Lassie's mom. She was on Lost in Space. Might have been Lassie's mom. Did I miss Piper Okie saying goodnight? Good night, Piper Okie, if I missed you. If I didn't miss you, I'm just old and forgetful. The challenge with this blend, and I think Doug pointed it out earlier when he said you're smoking it too fast if you're tasting rubber. You don't want to smoke it fast, um, but it's also very difficult to keep lit. So you're tempted to keep puffing hard to keep it lit. Good point, Rob. June Lockhart was Timmy's mom, but we don't know who Lassie's mom was. I think Doug meant Timmy, but yeah. That's a cool Jackie Mason story there, Richie. Yeah, I saw interviews with him later in his life, and he kept sharp for quite a long time. What are my plans for the summer? Asked Hazard Borden. Well, we're going next week to Ocean City, Maryland for a few days. That's one plan. And then I've got in late July, early August, I'm doing a fishing trip to Central PA and then heading to the Columbus Pipe Show. And we'll see what happens after that. I know my wife's birthday is at the end of July, and she's trying to plan something for that with her family, and I'm terrified that I'm going to get sucked into it, but we must do what we must do, right? I can't blame the tobacco, David. It's all me. Mushroom Lake popped in to say he was working, but he did say hello. I believe the pipe show starts on the 9th, Richie. Um, the slow smoke competition is on Friday, and if any of you guys are going, I really recommend you joining the slow smoke competition. That was a good time last year. I'm looking forward to it. No, Ochoita, no tobacco this year. Just vegetables and fruits. Turns out most of the things I'm growing are fruits. Tomatoes are fruits, peppers are fruits. I think squash and cucumbers are fruits. And then everything else are greens. Oh, Richie, I hope you can make it. That'd be great. Love to meet you, buddy. Well, you do win a nice prize if you're out first, Todd. So, there's that. Grilled zucchini is good. I like any vegetable grilled, actually. Richie, I believe you just show up for the slow smoke. Um, that's how it was last year. All right, Ponderance, thanks for joining us, buddy. You have a great weekend. Yes, the New York show, the Capital Am Pipe Show, 21st of June. And if you're in the area, I'd love to be there. A lot of folks are going to be there this year. Um, Did Fetterman officially do that, Gary? That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Ah, oh, Big Dave, I like beets. You roasted beets. It's pretty good. Bad Dad says, which tobacco would you select for a slow smoke? It would not be this tobacco. It would not be Black Irish Twist. Um, I mean, I think anybody should pick whatever their, the blend they smoke the most is, because that's what you know. You know how to control it. All right, Bob. Have a great weekend, buddy. I hope you have to get up at 3 a.m. for something good. Pickled beets are good too, Palm. Yeah. Beet greens are good. Yeah. We get we belong to a CSA and we get a lot of radishes, turnips, beets, things like that. And I usually will cook up the greens from all of those. And I'm mad because we're gonna be gone for the next CSA pickup, so I'm gonna miss out on one. I really enjoy. I bet you anything it's the first tomatoes. My wife said it won't be, but I like tomatoes, and I can't eat store-bought tomatoes anymore. They're just flavorless. Well, Big Dave, that would put you off the beets for sure. Ah, okay, Bob. Well, enjoy. That sounds fantastic. Early number five. That'd be an interesting choice. Is there a number five? I've lost track. Alexander C. That name does not ring a bell. There's something in beets that actually promotes nitric oxide production, which can be a vasodilator, Flint Hill. So it could actually increase oxygen flow. And I don't know if you're aware of they have these beet supplements that you can take, super beets, something like that. And I have some neuropathy from it's a long story, but and I figured out that if I took that, it would increase the blood flow to the regions where there was the neuropathy, and it would help a lot. But the problem is it dropped my blood pressure really badly, so I get lightheaded all the time, and couldn't do it. But I can eat beets. I just can't take the beet supplements. Oh, okay, Alexander. I did not know him. Oh, that's funny, James. That's funny. Got to prove they're turnip greens. You can't stand fresh tomatoes, Big Dave? Well, we disagree on that. I can eat fresh tomatoes all day. Yep, everyone gets the same tobacco and the same pipe, Ghost Rider. Unfortunately, last year it was a lot of Kia blend, which did not make me very happy, but such is life. So I believe we have hit the bottom of the bowl here. We have indeed. not too bad. So cutting it up and letting it dry makes it a lot easier, obviously. You do get to keep the pipe. Now, it depends. Some slow smoke competitions, you actually have to pay a registration fee, and that covers some of the cost of the pipe. And it'll usually be like a basket pipe or something. But the way they did it last year at Columbus was it was a corncob pipe. And in fact, I still have it here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not, but yeah. So that was the pipe. And you also get a regulation tamper. You have to use their tamper. And there's a couple of interesting rules. Like you're not allowed to, you can't take the pipe out of your mouth when you tamp it. You have to keep it in your mouth and tamp it. And I guess it's because people would look in and adjust things or something. I don't know. Where did the time go indeed, Patrick? What time is it, he says? Ah, we got 12 minutes. That is a tough granny there, Doug. No, tomatoes are definitely from Earth. They are nightshades. Oh, Pepe, just go to the show. There's nothing really to figure out. You just go. Everybody's friendly, and you have a great time. The beer is going down slowly tonight, Gary, but we're working on it. Ah, yes, Ghost Rider. That would be a problem. All right, Ronnie. Happy Father's Day to you, buddy. Enjoy the pasturing. You take care. I remember there was a fast smoke competition at one show, and I just remember reading about this where they smoked cobs, and people were actually burning out the cobs. One guy melted the stem. Like that's gonna hurt. Okay, creator, that's good to know. It is an odd rule, Doug, and I don't know what it is, what it's there for, but it seems to be in all the rules. That sounds like fun, Ronnie. No, Peter, I'm gonna call it a night soon. I think I've had my last. I may have one more bowl before I go to bed, but not right now. Yes, not allowed to blow into the pipe, which is another odd one. I've never felt the need to do that, but Does it burn slower if you melt the stem? I don't know, Ben. I don't know. That would be quite a competition, Big Dave. Oh, that is funny, Richie. 2 holes, my goodness. Oh, if I can't cover the ball with my fingers, I'm out, James. I can't smoke without doing that. I can't remember about the pipe cleaner, Richie, if that was a thing or not. Piper said, nightshades are full of nicotine. Even the edible ones? My goodness, that is some smoking, Richie. Yeah, I'd keep it too. That's that's quite an accomplishment to melt the amber plastics then, my goodness. I didn't know that, Piper said. That's very interesting. How many times did I have to relight the I have no idea, David. I didn't count. Um, it was probably a couple more than I normally would, but it wasn't terrible. Welcome back, Steve. Hope the hope the storm was kind to you other than the power loss. I will look him up, Piper said. Try the microwave trick. I'll give it some thought, David. I may try that. Ah, Doug, I love it when people think they're being smart and it leads to disaster. Actually got caught it on fire. That is amazing. You know, Rob, there were some studies on that where apparently the ACE receptor, which is the receptor that the virus uses to attach, also binds nicotine. And there were some studies on it, and they're kind of mixed. But yeah, there were definitely some reports that there was lower incidence among smokers. No, Palm, it's black tie and tails. Yeah, take it very seriously. Hey, 1 PS. You're about as late as you can be, but that's just fine. I think Mr. Rogers should have smoked a pipe, Big Dave. That would have. I mean, Mr. Rogers was cool. Don't get me wrong, but if he smoked a pipe, he would have been, next level cool. Catchy title, Piper said, Sid. I will look that up. That does seem like a lot of potassium, creator. Hard to imagine. I mean, that's 3.5 grams. That's a lot of potassium. That's like a heaping tablespoon. You have a good weekend too, Piper, on the 45, and we are going to start to wind this up. I just want to remind you folks that I will not be here next week because the wife and I are taking a vacation, and therefore I won't be here. But we'll be back the following week, back the next Friday and Sunday. So there won't be a video. There'll be a video tomorrow, not tomorrow. The next Sunday, there will be a video, but the week following that, there will not be anything until the next Friday night. So I will miss you guys terribly, I'm sure, but we'll be off having a good time. So you hope you all go and do something good too. And I hope you have a happy Father's Day, those of you that are celebrating. Enjoy Flag Day tomorrow. Be thankful for our flag and for the military that protects us. And with that, my friends, I think I'm going to call this a night. So we'll finish up the last of the beer. And I wish you all the best. Thanks for joining me. It's been fun as always. And I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. So, bye, everybody.